and that's where you generate wealth from.
Oh, you know you make me float, float. Boy, you really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, dope. 'Cause you.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Esther Success, also Esther Okwe, commonly known as Palms because of my business. And as promised, I'm just going to talk to you briefly about some of my sustainable financial practices that help me build my business, and it's still going to try to help me build my income. I know that it is the night before 2025. Everyone is writing like really non-sustainable goals, and don't be like those people that write like all these goals and never achieve anything. So today, while I just finish up my makeup and my hair, I'm just going to talk to you about saving and budgeting. So it is very important, especially as foreigners, when you come into Canada, come into a system like this, it's completely different from what we have back home, and we are playing the long game because we are trying to catch up on systems that have existed long before we got here, and people that were born here already have the advantage because they have good credit scores, they have this, they have that. Some of them even have, if they're from rich homes, they have trust funds. But you arrive in a country like Canada and you have basically nothing, so you're starting from scratch. One of the most important things that I have lived by for the past 5 or 6 years is that a part of what you earn is yours to keep. So in everything you do, whatever it is you earn, there's a little part of it that belongs to you. Not to keep for clothes, not to keep for shoes, not to keep for bags, not to keep for travels, not even to keep for your health. A part of what you own is yours to keep. So if you make 1,000, decide that I would just keep $50 for myself. And it's not like I'm keeping this for like, oh, I want to buy shoes or I want to buy clothes. Okay, I have to dress up, but just listen while I dress. So it's not like you're keeping all these things for the kinds of, I don't know, frivolous things, the all general everyday life. You're just keeping these things, you're keeping this money just for yourself. And I'll tell you how that money impacts you in just a minute. So basically, if you've earned $1,000 for the past 1 year and you've kept $50, so that would be 50 times 12. That would be how much? I'm crazy at math. So, but you would have $50 times 12, about 600, right? So now, that $600, it's not like you will now take that $600 and try to use it for like a vacation or anything. No, that money is yours to keep. So you don't use the money to buy clothes, you don't use it to buy shoes, because that's how your wealth will grow. Where did I get this from? I got this from The Richest Man in Babylon, a book I read 3-4 years ago, and I've probably read the book so many times that I can't even recite it off heart, but that was the most important thing that stuck with me. So a part of what you make is yours to keep. And this is not an emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? Emergency fund is a fund that you've been saving, right? That can save you. You see, you've been saving it, but it can save you. So emergency fund is used to save yourself. But this money I'm talking about is money that you keep aside. It is your money. It's just for you. Just keep it aside. Now, you would ask me that, okay, now that I have kept this money aside for like 4 or 5 years, what do I do with this money? Now, the second rule from that same book is that money is your servant, and you allow your money serve you. So now this first group of money you've kept, so you probably kept 600 in the first year. In the second year, you've kept 1,200, right? Now that money is the money that is supposed to serve you. So how does it serve you? You invest this money into something. I wouldn't give financial advices about any kind of investment because this is not I'm not a financial broker or anything like that, so I can't give you any financial advices. But the thing is, like, that money is money that you invest, and even when you make money off that same money, so let's say I had 1,200 and I take this 1,200 and I invest it and I make 1,500, for example, so that's $300 profit, right? I wouldn't just take that $300 and run to the party and say, okay, obले 30 December. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, because what would happen is that you want that $300 to add up to the 1,200 that you had, and you also want that money to have compound interest. So consistently saving this money and investing and keeping it as compound interest, that's the only way you can get rich. This money we're talking about is not money for vacation. It's not money to buy designer bag or designer shirt or expensive clothes or expensive hair. It is money that you're going to use to generate wealth. So aside that money, you could still save up your emergency income or emergency fund. But this particular money I just spoke about, this is money that you keeping. Does that make sense? And that's where you generate wealth from. So you will keep saving more money, keep investing that money and saving it as compound interest. So if you decide that, okay, I want to go for a vacation, then you can save your vacation fund. If you decide that you want to do 401k for the future, you can save that. But this particular money, I don't know what to call it or what I would nickname it. Maybe column, the column fee or something. But this is money that you keep. It's the firstborn of all your wealth. So if in the future you decide that, okay, I want to branch out into a business, that's the money you use. If you decide that, okay, I want to start a side hustle, that's the money you use. Because the money is like you bought your first workers. Let's not use workers. Okay, in the book they used servants, but because of generation we'll find ourselves, we can't use those kinds of example. But it's like you get your first set of workers. Now the money they make, that's like their children, is the second set. Their children's children is the third set. So you keep saving this money and compound interest in it. Another thing I'm going to show you now is my budgeting. So I find it hard to track how much I spend daily, or how much I make, how much I spend, what is my debt, because we're in Canada, everybody uses credit cards, everyone uses debt, good debts. I'm not talking about bad debts because that's a different conversation. But I find it hard to track some of those incomes. And I was talking to one of my friends one time, and he said, check how much you drink in Tim Hortons. And I went through my bank statement that day, and I found out that I drank Tim Hortons every single day, and I was spending at least $15. So if you calculate $15 times 30 days, that's a lot. It's a lump sum, right? And you wouldn't know because you're not tracking it. So the best way to see how much you spend on fine dining, to see how much you spend on your clothes, how much you send home, for us that have black tax, how much you use, like you do all these things, how much you spend on each and every single thing, is by tracking it. And that is where I would lead you to right now. So if you're going to be here for a long time, I would like to introduce you to Bunny. This is Bunny. She is my pet steady, and I love her so much. So I don't know about you guys, but there seems to be like a lot of financial advices that is in circulation. But me personally, I will tell you how it is from the big to the small. Okay, so I was talking about using a tracker, right? And I don't know about you, but me personally, I don't like to go into my bank statement every single day to go through like the small, tiny details of my spending. But I like to do like a budgeting thing. So yes, they taught us about budgeting while we were young. They taught us about putting aside money for this and that and this and that. But the side the little things about budgeting that we cannot keep track of is like in everyday spending. So you wake up in the morning and you go to work. You get to work and you feel a little hungry and decide, okay, I want to go into Dollarama to buy something of $5. The next 20 minutes, someone says, oh, you need something else, and then they buy it. And before you know, you're spending $5 here, $5 here, $2 here, $5 here. And at the end of the day, you probably spent $100. But you don't know, or you don't feel it. You might know, but you don't feel it because it's in small bits. And by the time you go back and you track it, all your money is finished. So I'm going to show you how I track my budgeting app, my budgeting. And I found a template on Instagram. So someone designed the template and had it on sale for budgeting. So I'll just show it to you, and I'll definitely have the link on my bio if you're interested in using it. And you can always message me or comment under my post so that I could explain how to install it for you. Getting template, when I paid for it, this is what it looked like. So it does have like the tutorial version here where you have to watch it, but I'm not going to watch it right now because I already watched it before. It also has like the different templates according to your location. Like the person that designed this put in a lot of work, but I'm just going to show you how to set it up. So I'm downloading the the dollar version because that's what I would like to use. Ignore all those open tabs, guys. Ignore those tabs. So I'll make it. So next thing to do is to make a copy of this template, and this is what it looks like. It is amazing. So this is the yearly overview. So it can show you how much you used the whole year. It has income, it has bills, expenses, debt, how much you're able to save, how much you're able to invest, and for all the years from January till December. The same thing with your expenses for the whole year. I would have loved to show you what my personalized one looks like, but I'm sorry, I cannot. So here you populate your income, you populate your side hustle, you populate what your bills are, your expenses, your debts, your savings, your investment. So for example, if I was making, let's get a figure in mind, a ballpark figure. Let's say I was making $1,000 from all my full-time work, and then my side hustle was about $200 for the month. And then you can put in your bills here. What are the bills I like to do? I like to get my nails done. No, that's not a bill. A correct bill would be electricity. Let's see, my phone bill. My what else do I pay for? My car insurance. A car payment. My rent. Whatever it is. And then here I have expenses. So what I personally did for my own template was that I put in my expenses under, I have random. I had random. So family and friends fell under random, right? I also had groceries. How do we spell groceries again? Groceries. Groceries. I think, I'm not sure that's the correct spelling. I had groceries. I also had personal expenses. Personal expenses. This one has to do with like getting my nails done, getting my lashes done, because those are the only things I spend money on since I own a business. I only get my nails done outside, I get my lashes done because I love those things. And as soon as I'm able to get someone that does it in my store, I think I'll just trade services with her. Also like I also have well, those are my major expenses for now. So here you figure out what your debts are. So you impute the figures. Let's say you have $100 debt, then you want to be saving at least like $100 monthly, and then you want to take that savings and put into an investment. So let's say you've saved for like a year, $100 times 12 months, that would be 1200. So you want to invest 1200 at the end. So you want to divide this by 100, so by 12, because the ballpark figure of what you're saving for the month is 100, so you want to put everything into investment. Well, sometimes you could also choose to reduce your investment, because from your savings you get to have, like, you should also, before you start any investment, I'd like to say that you should have a savings, not just a savings that will save you because anything could happen, right? You want savings that if random, I already went through this. Sorry, the video cut off. And so after the setup, so the thing about this particular budgeting template that I bought is that I wouldn't be able to edit it afterwards. So if you always want to edit anything, like let's say you get another full-time job that's like 2,000, you have to come back here to your setup. Anything you want to do, you have to do it here on the setup. And then this is what a yearly overview looks like, but you don't need to touch anything here because you haven't populated any details on the month, so this is still going to be empty. But at the end of the year, you would always get back to this. Sorry about that. So now, if for example we're in 2024, okay, let's go to December. So this is what your system automatically looks like. It shows the money that's coming in, the name, the pay date, the expecting, and how much you actually earned. So if I was supposed to earn $1,000, I have to select my pay date. So all you do is that you double click it, and if my employer or my business pays me on the 30th of every month, I just put this in and how much I'm expecting. So I'm expecting $1,000, for example, and how much you earned. So maybe you had a problem at work and there was a deduction made. You probably made like $950. An example. If you didn't make $950, if you made more because of an increment, you include it. What this does is that it tracks your income, because sometimes you can be here and be stuck in the cloud thinking you're making money, but you're not really making money, or you don't even know where your money is going to. So this is what we do. From your side income, your side hustle, your payday can be 15th of every month. So what you do is that you don't, this budgeting template is so easy that you don't necessarily have to type in anything manually. All you do is select the date. So I chose 15th, how much I'm expecting. Let's say I was expecting 200, but I ended up making 500. Just put it in there. So what that does is that it updates automatically, and it gives you it shows you how much extra you have. So see what happens. Now you see that your incoming money was supposed to be 1,000, but because you made extra here, so typically your incoming money is supposed to be 1,200. That's 1,000 plus 1,200. But because you made extra $50 here and extra 500, your total incoming is now 1,550, right? So here you put in the due date. If you're like me, that has like the tracking of a chicken, like I really cannot keep track of anything, not even conversations. So it's easier to use these templates because you just wake up in the morning and just check what dates are due. So your due date, electricity bill usually in my home is on the 8th. I usually get it on the 8th. My phone bills are usually, for example, the 25th. Oh, no. Who bills me on Christmas Day? Let's say the 20th. Okay. My car insurance is usually on the 19th. My car payments are usually on the 27th. Rent, everyone's rent is probably on the 1st. And then, so you know how much. So what you can do is, like, you can, for this expecting part of your bills, you can check what some bills are fixed, but other bills you have to, it changes, right? So you're using expectations. So for my light bill, it goes up in the winter, it comes down, depends on how much heat I'm consuming that month. So if my last month was like 150 and I don't know what to expect, I could still put the 150 there. What this helps you do is that now you have an expectation of 150. What if sometimes you end up paying 200, but it also helps you to know that, okay, my light bill went up by $50 because your system will show you. Your phone bills are usually like fixed, so you might just have it for, like, I don't know about you, but me, I try to spend the least amount of money possible. So even in my examples, you see that I'm using very small amounts of money. $25. So guys,
And
I'd
the
have
next
to rush off to church. I think I was late here, but I'll definitely record a part 2. Thank you for watching. Bye. Don't forget to